What's good, everybody? This is your boy BNB Black Man Bolden. I'm the host of the BNB Show. Thank you for being here. Um, I take what Elon Musk says very serious in regards to X being the new place for media. A lot of people get their news source from X. I know that I do. I wake up in the morning, I start going through my X feed, and he's exactly right. I know a lot of people who do the same thing. And what brings me here? Stock market corruption, man. Illegal, naked short selling of companies that I own, AMC, GME, HYMC, brings me over to X, formerly known as Twitter. That's the reason why I'm here in the first place. As I got to do more and more research, I started to see how politics really does affect investing in the stock market. In terms of what does and does not get done. It raises a lot of questions, right? So it brings me here, man. You got B&B. I am a new newsacre on my own show. I'm glad to do it, man. I'll admit I never had this much interest in politics before, but once again, corruption on Wall Street brings me here, and it makes me a lot of bit more interested in politics, and have a lot of interest in the administration that's coming in. A lot of interest in Elon Musk and what he says about X, and I agree. So I want to start this one off. We're going to talk about a few things, but what I'd like to start off with is Elon Musk, the owner of X, formerly known as Twitter. Will he buy MSNBC, and is it a good idea? So let's take a quick look here, man. The person who even started this whole thing was Don Jr. Donald Trump Jr. He started this whole thing about seeing MSNBC. Because of poor ratings, from what we understand, they are on the chopping block. They are actually going to be sold, from what we understand. Don Jr. said, "Hey, Elon, I got a great idea." A lot of people took it as a joke, but then now people are starting to melt down over it, man. They starting to crash out. You're starting to see people crash out and upset about this. But let me tell you something. There's a reason why X viewership and people coming on X and using this for a news source is because legacy media has lied to us so much. MSNBC, your viewership and your ratings have dropped significantly because of the lies that's been told. People do not want to hear lies anymore. We don't want to hear you guys consistently try to change a narrative or push a narrative, and it appears like it's nefarious. People are tired of it. You got people like myself out here reporting the news, man. But let's take a quick look, man. Let's take a quick look at some of the media that's crashing out over this, and we got some media that loves the idea of Elon Musk owning MSNBC. MSNBC, man. Wow, could you imagine? Can you imagine? Because Elon Musk he did post on X asking how much is it, which he did the same thing with Twitter. How much is it? That's how it all started, right? Just an idea. So let's take a look here, man. Let's take a look and see what Elon Musk is. What? Let's see what the media thinks about the potential of Elon Musk buying MSNBC.
I hate this damn debate about oh, we don't need the media. It is not true. Think about what makes this. I love this country. I'm a beneficiary of this country. Some from Wisconsin who can come and start two companies, be up here, win an award, sit next to Mikey. I'm a beneficiary of it. But there's something about the country. There's something about it, right? There's something about freedom, capitalism, the animal spirits of democracy. But at the core of that is maybe transparency, maybe a free press, maybe the ability to do your job without worrying to go to jail, maybe the ability to sit in a war zone and tell people what's actually happening so they're not just looking at distortion. Matters. It matters profoundly. It's why it's not like we just love getting up at 3 or 4 in the morning doing this every single day. Like, we do it because we love it. We do it because it matters. The work that we do matters. Everything we do is under fire. Elon Musk sits on Twitter every day, or X today, saying like, we are the media, you are the media. My message to Elon Musk is bullshit. You're not the media. You having a blue check mark, a Twitter handle, and 300 words of cleverness doesn't make you a reporter any more than me looking at your head and seeing that you have a brain and telling you have an awesome set of tools makes me a damn neurosurgeon, right? Like, what we do, what journalists do, what you did in Mississippi, what Al Jazeera does in the Middle East. You don't proclaim yourself to be a reporter. Like, that's nonsense. Like, being a reporter's hard, really hard. You have to care. You have to do the hard work. You have to get up every single day and say, I want to get to the closest approximation of the truth without any fear, without any favoritism.
You know, that's a joke. Without any fear or without any favoritism. So let's just make this clear. Let's just be honest here. You have certain media outlets that they're either right wing, left wing, and they make no bones about it. Clearly, they will send information about the opposing the opposing party, whether you lean towards Democrats or you lean towards Republicans, right? They are going to say things about the other party, and a lot of times it's not even true. I mean, you just take a look at it, a lot of the things that was said about Donald Trump, and now the left-wing media is attacking pretty much everyone he is putting in place in his cabinet and in other positions, right? No matter who the person is, they are attacking it. They want to cast out. They want the public. So basically what they want is they want the public to have doubt in Donald Trump before he even gets into office. All of the people that he has put in place or he's attempting to put in place, they want to go ahead and cast out. They want us, the people, to doubt Donald Trump. See, this is the thing about legacy media. We don't want the lies anymore. This is the reason why you have people starting podcasts. This is the reason why people are reporting the news. Yes, we can report the news. We can actually curate and repurpose the news on several different social media platforms. So yes, we can go ahead and report the news and give our take on it. See, that's the difference now. Regular people can give their take on the news. We can go ahead and do our due diligence, see what we think is true and what we think is false, and give our opinions on it. There's a reason why mainstream media ratings are dying. There's a reason why viewership is dying, because people don't believe you. They don't believe you. The reason why they're even talking about selling MSNBC is because the ratings are down. The viewership is down. People have spoken. People have reelected Donald Trump. People have gone away from left-leaning media. CNN is in trouble, from what I understand. Ratings are down. MSNBC in trouble. For sale. Quite possibly going to have a new owner in Elon Musk, and it's driving them crazy. So let's continue.
You don't do that by popping off on Twitter. You don't do that by having an opinion. You do it by doing the hard work.
Yeah, come on, slow clap, everybody. Whoa.
Well done.
First of all, I've got to say, extraordinary content. It needed to be said.
Yeah.
It continues to need to be said. When all of the garbage is flying around on social media, lying about reporters, lying about the hard work they do, lying about the hard work editors do, lying about everything up and down about not only their alternative set of facts, but alternative set of facts about what people like you do. And I love how you connected reporters in Mississippi in the 1960s to reporters fighting for their life to get the story out in the Middle East today. Jim, it was very powerful.
Really good.
Very powerful. Even if even if we had to beep you more than we would if we ran a Dave Chappelle concert,
I
it was
liked
still
it,
good.
Jim's mild mannered.
He
preached it, though. The cadence, I mean, I might get him ordained.
Well, let me just say, why this is so important right now, more than ever, is because critics of the press are feeling more empowered than ever to lie more than ever. I've had friends for years going, I'm so overwhelmed, Joe, by the news. I don't read the news. I go, where do you get your news then? Epic Times. I go,
Oh, God.
You get your news from a website run by Chinese by conspiracy theorists in a Chinese religious cult.
Just so you know, this is the Morning Joe. This show's ratings also is slipping, way down from what I understand. Viewership's way down. Ratings are down so much so that they finally had to reach out to Donald Trump to actually have a meeting with him at Mar-a-Lago.
You saw that story that MSNBC hosts actually went to Mar-a-Lago to have a conversation with President-elect Trump. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so apparently Mika and Joe Scarborough went down to visit with Donald Trump over the weekend to reset their relationship. Yeah, my guess is that they're not going to be getting many calls from the White House unless they do reset their relationship, Maria. Look, all these people who talked about this being Hitler and how Trump was the most horrifying and scary thing that ever happened to our country, all of a sudden they want to make nice with him. I think it's mortifying. But I totally get their impulses. They were dishonest. They lied about who he was. And now he's president with a majority of the country voting for him. So you know what, Maria? These organizations who are losing ground, losing money, they have to come round. And I don't mean be obsequious, but at least they have to be in the conversation. And you don't deserve that if you're lying constantly about who this man is.
Yeah, and I would throw celebrities in there as well. Okay,
Yeah, I agree.
Oprah getting up to the microphone and telling us if they don't vote Kamala, they'll never vote again.
Yeah.
Why lie to your fans, Oprah? Why? Why are you lying to your fans?
Perfect example of that are these two who host Morning Joe. They are slicker than slick and sicker than sick, right? These are people who, at the time, married to different people, happen to fall in love with each other and then form this sort of new super union of ego. Imagine the number of mirrors in their homes just to simply get a little glance at themselves. I know, hopefully not in one room, but you get my point. There's plenty of reflective surfaces of which they are impressed by in their own homes. And they, of course, came out and said, after calling Trump Hitler, and just every single day, 3 hours a day, the most boring hate on Trump. Oh, well, now peace at our time. They went and saw Trump in Mar-a-Lago. I hate that Trump met them because he should have kicked them to the curb. There are plenty of people who even probably were supportive of voting for him in 2024 who are going to be kicked to the curb because they weren't sufficiently loyal enough for 4 years. These guys tried to shiv the knife every day. I hate that he met them.
Yeah, I do too. I can't stand it. And it wasn't just Hitler and fascist. It was also 8 years of racist, sexist, rapist. That's what he was being called all over their show and MSNBC. And it's all just forgotten. It's a nothing. He's not a rapist. He's not Hitler. And Trump allowed it, right? Trump likes attention. He wants them talking about him. He wants them saying nice things about him. He doesn't need them. And of course, I think Trump, too, is happy to see somebody bend the knee, which was fun to see. Bend it. Get down. Nice and low. Pucker up. Lick the boot. And now
Kiss
the backside.
The ring. Kiss
Do
the
it
ring.
again.
Lovingly.
That's the only thing I like about it. Like, lower. on your bellies now. Lick it. Do it. I'm sorry. That's the only thing I'm enjoying about this. And then slither back to your studio and try to tell your audience that you convinced they just elected Hitler and a rapist, that, why wouldn't we talk to him? Now he's worth talking to.
Yeah.
It's about two things. One, their ratings are in the toilet. They've beyond circled the bowl. They've lost half of their audience, and they're doing what they can to generate interest in the show. And Trump is a ratings machine. And so they're excited about the possibility of maybe a Trump interview, which everybody will watch, and they'll be relevant, and they'll be talked about again, and they can save their multi-million-dollar contracts because they won't be fired, because they'll generate ratings. And the second thing, and I actually think these are in reverse order, because the second thing I think is the most important to these two, and it is the access to power that they crave. And this is what I find so unattractive, Paul. And that's why this guy, who has no integrity, was able to, in March, say, the best Joe Biden ever. And then after that debate, have to look us in the eye and say, okay, he's got to go. I admit it. And then after a week of pressure, turn around and say, maybe not. And then when it was a foregone conclusion, thanks to Pelosi, say, Kamala Harris is the one. She's a solution. Yes, she's magical with the words. Can't believe how great she is. And the Democrats are right on point. There's no other option in Hitler. And then when Trump won, to turn around and say, not Hitler.
This just happened. And there was a lot of people that was on the Democratic side that was upset about it. So after, I think him and Donald Trump hadn't spoken in 7 years, he caved in because he knows people want to know about Donald Trump. We are past the whole line about politicians. We actually want to see what's going to be done. There's real issues out here. We're tired of the misinformation. We're tired of, we're just going to go ahead and name call this person to death, and then have people doubt him or doubt his picks or a little bit of it all. People that are common sense thinkers, we don't care about that. We want to know what is going to be done about the issues that Americans care about. That's all we care about. What's going to be done? Myself, I care about what's going to be done in the stock market manipulation to Donald Trump's company, DJT, stock market manipulation, allegedly to AMC, GME, HYMC, MMTOP, and other companies. Even Elon Musk has talked about it before. So these are the things that we want to know. We want to know what's going to be done. What's going to be done about the safety of the company, safety of our country, securing the borders. We want to know what's going to be done about high inflation, what's going to be done about overspending by the government. People can't afford to live. They can't afford to eat. These are the things we want to know about. We're done with the name calling. We're done with the lies. And you guys are suffering. This is why they're so upset. They're charged up. Don't believe me. Look it up for yourselves. Look up the Morning Joe's ratings. Look up MSNBC's ratings, CNN's ratings. You take a look. They're down significantly, and now they're on the offense. They got to do something, man. They got to do something.
That is where you get the no. Or if social media, people lying every day, every hour, every minute about the news. What you do matters. What the New York Times does matters. What the Wall Street Journal does matters. What Jonathan Lemire does matters. What the Financial Times does matters. What NBC News and MSNBC reporters do matters. It matters.
And it doesn't mean there aren't things that we get wrong. And the reason I guess I was hopped up at that speech was I listened to so many reporters who feel like the industry's going to hell. Nobody trusts them. They're demoralized. And the truth is we don't have time to be demoralized. We don't have time to whine. We have to do our job. Like, there is a information war out there, and there's still tens of millions of people that depend on great reporting. And it's our job to make sure we create viable businesses around it, and that we really do try to get to the closest approximation of the truth. Maybe do a little bit, maybe be more curious than condescending. maybe a little more fearless than foaming at the mouth. And I think if we can do those things, I think we can win back people who are skeptical. The entire social media ecosystem, a lot of the things you just mentioned, they feed off of all of us trying to get to the closest approximation of truth. So people just I think they need to calm down. I know there's a lot of your viewers who kind of wish that sometimes everything was just like boom, boom, boom on one side. But we have to bring people facts. We have to bring people clarity and hopefully reported insights so they can ultimately make better decisions and understand a very, very complicated world.
He said, bring people facts. Stop lying to people. Sometimes you get it wrong. We already know you paint a narrative, and you try to undermine. You try to undermine the truth. Legacy media lies so much. This is the reason why people have left. This is the reason why people said, you know something, enough is enough. I'm going to go ahead and find out the information myself, look in multiple sources, and then you come to the determination of what you think is the truth. And I think a lot of people who look at it that way, they have more of a common sense approach. It's more pragmatic. These people, they were used to, and when I say these people, I mean legacy media was used to just people being indoctrinated. Just go ahead and listen, and we'll follow by childlike faith. They are suffering now because people have taken the red pill and said, no, what you're saying is a bunch of lies, it's misinformation. You're trying to mislead us because you want us to believe a certain narrative. From whatever it is, man. And you see this a lot on political forums, political news. You see it a lot on political news because there's an agenda. I'm not saying that both sides don't misinform, but these media outlets here, left-leaning, Democratic media outlets, it seems like they have been the ones that have been pushing a false narrative, giving misinformation. Seems like they're the party of violence. They want to name call. They want to go ahead and paint. They want to paint the president-elect in a certain light, and people have had enough. And I'm going to tell you, even Democrats, I'm a former Democrat, even Democrats that are friends and family members, we can actually have discussion without being at each other's throats, right? Even they are tired of the misinformation. They're tired of the name calling. Okay, we get it. You're trying to paint him in a certain light. We don't care. We care about issues. That's all we care about. What are we going to do about the problems in the country? That's all we care about. And these are Democrats that voted for Kamala Harris, Biden people, Obama people. They don't care. Most of them don't care. They want to know what's going to be done about the country. We're tired of the propaganda. Enough already. That's why legacy media like this, ratings are in the toilet.
By the way, we've got great viewers. And you know what our viewers are? They're family. We got a family that understands because they've been around. You have a family that follows you that understands because you've been around. The New York Times has a family. Wall Street Journal. These places that have great reporters, right? They don't need to worry about what happens over the next 5 minutes or the next 5 weeks or the next 5 months because you print truth all the time. And like you said, this is what gets me. Is somebody pops off on Twitter or some other social media and they lie. They make mistakes. You know what the cost of that is? Nothing. They do it again. In fact, it helps them because algorithms are rigged. So you stir up shit and the more you can get people angry, the more followers you get. But also now it's monetized to help you lie.
The more you hate, the more you make.
Yeah, there you go. I like hey, Rev, did you preach for you next weekend?
That'll go viral.
I like that.
I like that.
But Jim, here's the deal that I explained to my friends that go into the gutter and get disinformation. I say, there's no cause for them lying to you. But if Jim Vandehei has a reporter that gets it wrong, well, they're editors. If the New York Times gets something wrong or the Wall Street Journal reporters get something wrong, they're editor after editor after editor after editor, and they check it and they make sure it's right. They make sure it's double and triple sourced, and still sometimes they get it wrong.
Mm-hmm. And still sometimes you guys will lie. You guys will lie. Let's face it. Let's face it. Mainstream media lies a lot. They lie a lot. And we're tired of it. That's the bottom line. You guys can sit up here and cry all you want. People have spoken. People have spoken in the election. They've spoken with the ratings and the viewership all down because you guys lie so much. We're tired of it. We would much rather look at the information ourselves from several different sources and then make a determination ourselves. We're sick of the lies. It's as simple as that. They don't want to take any accountability. Mainstream media takes no accountability for people leaving. Now they're pretty much begging, "Oh, we're family, we're family." No, we're not. You are supposed to be an unbiased news source, and most media is not. They're leaning one way or another. It's hard to find media that is unbiased, right? Okay, I seen a tweet from a gentleman on X that said, "Hey, we need to get more, left-wing thinking people back on the app." I seen Elon Musk say, "Yes, this is true." A lot of people left because Twitter, before Elon Musk bought it, it was left-wing. It was pro-Democrat. I mean, they even kicked Donald Trump off of the app. So much for freedom of speech. Donald Trump comes back to X. Elon Musk buys X. Donald Trump comes back to X. And now that Donald Trump has won, you have people that are left-leaning and Democratic people leaving X, right? Well, that's your choice. You guys want to be upset because your candidate didn't win. If your candidate had won, you would still be here. You would still be on X. Absolutely. You wouldn't be trying to go over to this other platform that I've noticed that everyone is trying to plug, right? When they depart X, they got to leave a video letting us know they're leaving, right? They got to go ahead and announce it. And then they're plugging they're plugging another app. So it is what it is, man. Bottom line, we're tired of the lies. I think it probably would be a good idea for Elon Musk to buy MSNBC. Joe Rogan said that he'll dress up as Rachel Maddow with the glasses and everything and tell the same lies that she tells. That's Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan said that, man. So let's take a look, man. Let's see why everyone is melting down. Mainstream media melting down over this.
To at least 3. Oh. Can we put up the graphic of this? I think I'm going to have to hand this off. Yeah. Sorry. That does it for us tonight. To at least 3.
Okay, so this is a altered video. It was hilarious when I first saw it. I'm like, wait a minute, I've seen this video before. So they put up this right here. Let's take a look. So you take a look here. This is what they put up. This is the tweet that Elon Musk put about. No, where is it at? Oh, right here. About MSNBC. Lead us not into temptation. Elon Musk trying not to buy MSNBC, as you can see. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Go back over here, and she's in shambles. But this is a altered video, so we're gonna go ahead and play the we'll play the real video. Let's play the real video.
AP has just broken some new news. This has just come out from the Associated Press. So Donald, where he is live in Brownsville, Texas.
Thank you very much, Rachel. We just got word of that.
AP has just broken some new.
Okay, so that's the real video. So I remember watching this video before, later, but Trump deported fewer people than Obama, Clinton, or Bush. Let me repeat that again. Trump deported fewer people than Obama, Clinton, or Bush. That's an article, one of many articles that I've read about this. So she's so distraught that Donald Trump is deporting people, but yet the things that you start to uncover once you start looking. This to me is crazy. So yeah, man, the Rachel Maddow meltdown was not over Elon Musk, even though whoever put that together, that's hilarious. That's hilarious, man. Let's go and let's take a look at the next video, man. We want to continue. Some people are in crash out mode over the potential of Elon Musk buying MSNBC, and some people are in support of it. So let's take a look at the next video.
So, Carrie, I want to ask you about this idea of media takeover, because after Elon Musk purchased Twitter, changed it into X, there's no doubt that he exercised some power there. So how do you hear this even in jest kind of purchase of a cable network?
Good to be with you tonight.
Good to be with you as well.
Thanks for having me. I think that we should believe everything that is said coming from this administration. I don't think that we have the luxury to dismiss it as him being someone who's being funny or someone who is just being himself, or that is his brand. X, and you said in some ways, always. I feel like X, I don't know if anyone is on it in any capacity. I don't know if you're on it. And you're the only one? You're on it? You all are on it? Okay. I've actually decided to take a rest of peace because it is not a peaceful place for me. And I know if in fact you don't agree with this current administration, most people can say that it's not a peaceful place. I wouldn't be surprised if there was an actual bid made to take on MSNBC, but the fact that it just can't happen in real life.
And we
just can't.
It's not even for sale.
Yeah, it's not officially for sale.
The last
It's not
time he
even
mused
realistic
about maybe buying something,
it's
he
not
ended
even
up doing
realistic in real life. But I do believe that media, everyone sitting here at this table, if you don't agree, we're in for some tough years ahead. I do believe that we are not going to be able to be as safe or say what we want to. I don't think free speech is going to be as free.
Now, Scott, I want to bring you in here because this kind of link to Orban, we don't pull it from nowhere. There was a former member of the Hungarian parliament who was writing in Politico who kind of talked about this effort by that government and how specific it was in terms of purchasing media specifically for propaganda. Do you hear why they're making that connection?
I mean, is the concern that certain media outlets would become propaganda arms of political ideologies? I mean, don't we already have that in this country at a large scale? I mean, also, I heard what you're saying about X. I saw a survey this week. It's now the most ideologically balanced user platform.
Scott,
of any platform.
stop. It's too early. I just sat down. I've only been here for 2 minutes.
You're going to be embarrassed when I tweet it out after the show, but
you
it's
cannot say that.
So,
That's not the case.
So
Who's the source
of that?
What I find, we've reported it on this network.
It's not accurate, and you know it.
Okay, I'll let you make your statement.
Scott,
but my point is
can I
this.
reframe it a different way? Because the way
You see, mainstream media, CNN, they're crashing out. They're crashing out. Oh, where'd you get your source? Where'd you get your source? They are the kings of misinformation. So you can go ahead, find the source, find the information yourself. I've looked up the information, and what the gentleman said is true. There's a lot of people that tune in to X for their news content. There's a lot of people that is tuning out of legacy media like CNN and MSNBC because of the misinformation. People are tired of the lies, and they're crashing out over it. It's like they're having a fit that people have made the decision not to deal with them anymore, and they're crashing out. They're having a fit like they're grown children. We're done. A lot of people are done with legacy media. MSNBC, CNN, ratings are down in the toilet, and so is viewership is down. Both are down.
The site changed radically, right? So whether you think the voices it is somehow more balanced now, that's fine. But no doubt Musk's influence is profound, and that you open it up and now you're there with his opinion, and he is now part of this administration. So does anyone else think that there should be this greater concern about billionaires purchasing media companies?
Okay. Would you be worried if Bill Gates controlled MSNBC?
No, because he's sane.
Because MS in MSNBC
it was MS.
comes from Microsoft. It was a partnership between Microsoft and NBC way back in the 1990s, back when Microsoft was under investigation by Bill Clinton's DOJ for monopoly. I don't remember anybody panicking over MSNBC back then.
No, they definitely did. But yeah, continue.
Okay. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to politics back then, but he makes a great point. This is something I did not know until recently. MS and MSNBC is Microsoft. I had no idea that they did a partnership, Microsoft with NBC, to go ahead and start this arm of their media platform. And as you know, MSNBC is left leaning, and it's very pro-Democrat, very pro-Democrat. Both of these gentlemen have made great points. We already have that in media, social media. You have media companies that lean right or left. They're Republican or Democrat. MSNBC, like the gentleman just said, was everyone up in arms like they are over X? I don't know. I have no idea. Apparently, he doesn't seem to think so, because maybe I wasn't paying attention back then. But yeah, this is a great discussion here.
Well, like Fox was launching, MSNBC was launching, the cable news network was shifting, the landscape.
But isn't the issue that the left has gotten so used to controlling almost all institutional information distribution arms in this country that when one little piece of it, whether it's X or MSNBC or anything else, gets taken away, the panic is so outrageous. I mean, that's how used to the left is having control of all of it.
I don't think that that's an accurate assessment when you look at something like Sinclair Broadcasting Group that has purchased most of the local newspapers and local television stations and sends out distributed information that their anchors are supposed to follow for the correspondence. That is a conservative-leaning group. I think the difference, though, I'm not siding with Elon Musk at all here. The one thing to point out is that platforms are not regulated right now, which gives them carte blanche to whatever they want right now.
Free speech. I think we should have free speech on social media. So, but this is the thing. X, from all of the platforms that I've done work on, X definitely gives you more room for free speech. Okay, I mean, your account will still be taken down if you go a little too crazy, but compared to other social media platforms, X gives you a little bit more room. They'll give you a little bit more room to say what you got to say, because we all got something to say, right? But I haven't found one major social media platform that's just going to let you say whatever the hell you want to say without repercussions. You know, you can say what you want to say, but you know, your account might be taken. So let's get back.
Elon is not someone who likes to be regulated. And so to buy MSN, he would go under some federal regulations.
Who's regulating CNN right now?
The FCC.
We're not a broadcast. It's cable.
I mean, I don't really think cable stations are under the same regulatory structure.
It doesn't go over public airwaves.
That broadcast is.
It's definitely regulated more than Facebook and
There's
Twitter.
still, what she's saying is that there's still a litmus test of journalism that you have to pass. You can't
That you
come on
don't have
TV
on
and just make up things and say things. That happens on X. Please don't give me the eyebrow furrow as if you don't know what I'm talking about. It happens often on X. I can go and say the color is blue and I will be met with so many disrespectful remarks. No one's regulating the N-word. No one's regulating the criticism. No one is regulating how people are treated.
How much government
or the
regulation
lies.
of the First Amendment are you for?
Let me tell you something. If I came on here and I just started calling you all kind of names, do you think the bosses would let me continue to do that?
I mean, it happens to me occasionally. I don't know if you watch
it
the
doesn't
show.
happen to you, but it doesn't happen
It
for
does
me.
happen.
And I know that I wouldn't be able to do that. There's a level of professionalism in what we do here because we are journalists and we adhere to something at least morally. And there is no moral compass on this thing called
You're
X.
also having a conversation about a person who has the ear of the White House in a very profound way. And you have had the former president, the president-elect, talking about yanking licenses, right? As part of the broader Republican
If you
argument
disagree.
that there is censorship and therefore people need to be punished for that censorship. Chuck?
And I was thinking about what
the propaganda that they push with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is going to do so many horrific things when he becomes president. Well, let me tell you something. He was president before. The people reelected him. He's back. This is why you guys are losing. This is why people go to social media now for their news. And this is why people have gone away from Democratic-leaning news outlets. It's the same stuff. Always with the jabs, always with the lies. And people are like, you know what? We don't care. We don't care about your lies anymore. We just want the truth. And not only do we want the truth, we want things done. Let's get things done in this country. Let's see if Donald Trump is going to fix the things that we find very important. That's where people are at. We want to know, okay, is he going to fix the things? You guys are all over him and his picks and Elon Musk and everything else before the man even takes office. And you're upset because people are leaving your networks to go to other places to get their news source. They want to get their news elsewhere. And you guys are mad, throwing a tantrum. Oh, why are they leaving? We're journalists. We're journalists. Apparently, people don't think so. And they do not respect your journalism.
What X, former Twitter, the artist formerly known as Twitter, was like before. And to my sister's point is like when before Elon bought it, good and bad, there was a lot of things there.
Sure.
My wife refuses to go on it. She says it's a cesspool and she's mad that I'm even still on it. She's got
Accurate.
more sense than I'll ever have, and I'll tell everybody that. But I know when I open up the platform now, the first tweet I see is Elon Musk, no matter if I like it or if I don't like it.
Yeah.
The very first one all the
Whether
time.
you follow him or not. The other,
So
what? He bought it.
No,
You're making my point.
Right.
Absolutely
We're
did.
not-
That's
we're
what's
not
happening on
saying he
MSNBC. And he don't like me, so I probably won't be on there no more. So I'm
I
mad.
also think that Twitter has fake computer
Yeah, it's
generated
bots.
things.
It's
bots.
absolutely.
So it's a little like, well, I don't think anybody. Are you real? Like, can I put? Are you a hologram of yourself? You know, I didn't touch him, everyone. But like, are you a hologram of yourself?
I think part of it is like, I feel like on the one hand, oh, this is really navel-gazing. Should we be talking about it? On the other hand, it was so clear that the movement and shift in tone and ideas of what was happening during the campaigns were very much affected by social media, right?
Sure.
When Kamala
ask
Harris
people in
entered
focus
the
groups,
race,
where they get
and
their
it was like
right.
TikTok said she was a thing.
Yeah,
What-
TikTok is literally the source of information
Yeah.
for millions of people, and
Everybody
that is
under
very
35.
And
that's very scary and misinformation. And so, if in fact someone like Elon Musk had any sort of control over an entity, he's not listening to any rules or regulations. People like that,
You
as
think
you
the
well
TikTok
know,
owners are?
No, it doesn't. Listen to what I'm saying. Elon Musk, if in fact in charge of any actual television station, network, etc., he's only going to listen to his own rules. Case in point, every time the first tweet I see is Elon Musk. If I want to go on that place that's not being regulated, about 2 years ago, the last line of defense that they had in terms of their morality was someone who quit because he said that he couldn't control his job was to regulate Twitter. He could not control Elon Musk because Elon Musk didn't want it to be regulated. He wanted it to be the world in which it is right now, which is a cesspool, as your wife said. She's a brilliant woman.
She is.
Tell
That's
her
why
I
I
said
married her.
hello.
Thank you, I will.
I think the impulse to restrict speech is a slippery slope, but a dangerous one. More speech is better.
Is it really? Okay.
But do you think
Got
so?
it.
You actually think that X is the place of free speech?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't know why you would argue otherwise. Is it not?
Okay.
I think before he took it over, it was not a great place for conservatives, and now it's a great.
So, Carrie, I want to ask you about this idea of media takeover because.
See that? As long as they could control the narrative, they're happy. As long as we're believing their lies, they're happy. They want to talk about X is a cesspool, so on and so forth. Look, people are leaving your broadcast. People are leaving your show. People don't want to hear about what you guys have to say anymore. Anything. We don't want to hear about what you have to say. Your misinformation is done. We're done with it, and you're upset about it. We have taken the red pill, and we look elsewhere. We look elsewhere for our news. And if that place is X, maybe you guys should listen to the people. That's the problem. It's the reason why Democrats lost the election. This is the reason why a lot of these mainstream media companies and these media outlets are losing, is because they don't listen to the people. People are tired of the misinformation. They're tired of the lies. We're tired of the lies. Stop lying to us. We're going to go get information somewhere else. We don't want to hear it. We're just going to watch you guys crash out, be upset about it, and we're going to continue to go get our information somewhere else. We're sick and tired of the lies. Done. You guys' ratings are in the toilet. Your viewership is down. It's for a reason. But yet you don't get the message, and you fail to realize that you should be accountable for your own actions. You guys aren't accountable for your actions. You guys are told to push a certain narrative. People have heard it and have heard it for years, and they're done. It's like, okay, you guys aren't talking about anything. You guys are just sitting up here pushing a misinformation. We have real life issues we want to get to and discuss. And you guys over here talking about crazy stuff. This man is Hitler, and he's going to take away this, and he's going to deport all the Latinos. Like, come on, man. Lies after lies after lies after lies. So let's continue going down the path of the crash out here, man. Let's take a look here.
MSNBC gives us
this is not a crash out.
content on this program. The Morning Joe program is in all sorts of trouble. They've seen some of their lowest ratings since 2021. The lefties are really upset with the hosts, Joe and Mika, for visiting President-elect Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. We've got Elon Musk, meanwhile, teasing the idea of buying MSNBC after its parent company, Comcast, put the network up for sale. Alex, is this a real possibility, or is he just having some fun and games with the MSNBC crew?
Well, I think with Elon, I mean, everything is possible. Anything is absolutely possible with Elon. And when you saw Rachel Maddow crying because of Elon Musk, or, being emotional, and they say maybe that video is edited, it doesn't matter. MSNBC's viewers realize that they can't trust that network. That network called everybody a Nazi for 8 years. They said Kamala Harris was going to win the election. So their audience is just leaving in droves because they feel like they were duped. And that's exactly what happened. So I would love for Elon to buy MSNBC and resurrect it like he made X the best social media network in the world.
Alex, it would be fascinating if Elon Musk does follow through with this threat and actually purchases MSNBC to see if there would be wholesale resignations where all the hosts like Maddow and Joy Reid and Joe Scarborough would resign on principle, or whether they'd try to work with him. It would be fascinating. You would grab the popcorn, but the man is pretty busy. He's got a few things to take care of. MSNBC gives us so much content on this program. The Morning Joe program is in all sorts of trouble.
So they just pointed out to you right there, the ratings are down on the Morning Joe show. viewership. People don't want to hear that garbage anymore. People don't want to hear the misinformation on MSNBC, CNN. And this gentleman here likes the idea of Elon Musk purchasing MSNBC. I do too. I would like to see what he does. Elon Musk is a very successful businessman to me. And a lot of people, he has turned Twitter around, and Twitter is on fire. X, the app formerly known as Twitter, is on fire. People love it. We hear number one news source, number one app for news source. I'm here for it, man. I'm here. So I love this, and let's take a look here. This right here was from Donald Trump Jr., man. I think I started something here. The amount of people that want this to happen is incredible. Yeah. I totally agree, man. I totally agree. And let's take a look, man. I put here, do it. That was me. But Kevin Sorbo, this needs to happen. A lot of people agree. 100% want this to happen. Do it from Cat Turd. Elon Musk parody. Should I buy MSNBC? At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Elon bought an MSNBC just to troll them. I like that one. Let's take a look. Yes, Mark Cuban says he would buy X and Fox News if he could. $5.7 billion net worth. Free speech. Yes. So we got the Elon right there. Like Elon. I'm ready for it. Either, let's see, MSNBC. I could see Donald Trump Jr. show on the based MSNBC network. Look at this, man. What would Elon's MSNBC look like? I could see Carlson, Rogan, Gutfeld, Trump Jr., Bannon, Kelly, Jones, Levin, and Jennings. Who would you like to see on the Reimagine Network? Definitely Alex Jones, man. Alex Jones and Rogan for sure. And of course, Don Jr., because Don Jr. got this all kicked off. Who should we fire first? Don. Maddow, Joy Reid, both. Yeah, man, people like this idea. They like this idea. People are loving it, man. I want to see MSNBC as it is now go away forever, whether it goes out of business or gets bought out. I'm happy. We'll go ahead and click that. It would be hilarious to see the expressions on Maddow's face. I love it, man. After all, why not? Why not, man? People are loving this MXNBC. Elon, you got to be thinking about this. MXNBC, I love it. Maybe I can get a show. Maybe I could be one of the faces on MXNBC. B&B, man, for the people, the people's champion, the people's champion. Come on, Elon. We could do it, man. I would love it, man. You could pay me the least. You could pay me the least. You know, a couple million is fine. I love this idea. Look at this, man. Elon Musk has the opportunity to pull off the biggest troll move in American history. Buy MSNBC, rename it InfoWars, hire Alex Jones to host the prime time slot. I love it, man. One of my favorite shows, man. InfoWars, Alex Jones. Look at this here. Rachel Maddow. That's the video I had shown earlier. I love it, man. I love it. Look at Elon. MSNBC. Add to cart. Buy now, man. Buy now. Go ahead and buy it, man. Elon Musk, man. MSNBC. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. It would break the internet. Look. XNBC. Look at this, man. Our host, Valentina Gomez. This meme is dangerous, and apparently it can be leftist burst into tears. I want a job. Yeah, I want a job too. But look at this, man. Look at this. So you have XNBC. So a lot of people want this, right? I think this is a great idea. I'm asking for a job myself. If Elon, if you're interested, man, you can get a low-paid anchor, B&B, Black Man Boating. We'll get my own show on XNBC. I will love it. I will love it, man. You don't got to pay me Alex Jones money, but you know, Pay me a little bit. Pay me a little bit, man. But think about this. Elon Musk buys MSNBC, turns into MXNBC or XNBC, and it turns around. The ratings goes through the roof, right? Viewership goes through the roof. That would be the ultimate troll, that he buys it, and not only does he buy it, turns it around and make it a leading news source, like the top. You got X and you got XNBC, number one, number two news sources. Wouldn't that be crazy? I'm all for it, man. Look at Rachel Maddow, man. They got her walking off stage. Man, you gotta love this, man. You gotta love it. I love it, man. MSNBC. I love it. Put the B&B show on there, man. Put the B&B show. So there you have it, man. Let's all right. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. MSNBC. You gotta love it, dude. Gotta love it. Let's go to this this last video here, man. Got people crashing out, man. People upset about this. So let's take a look, man. More on Elon Musk, man. Potentially buying MSNBC.
Elon Musk has launched rockets, built a major car company, bought Twitter and turned it into X, planted a chip in the human brain, and helped Donald Trump win the presidential election. What next? What will Elon Musk do next? Will he buy a news channel? We ask because of a tweet this weekend. It was posted by Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr. He tagged Elon Musk and asked about buying a news channel. Which one? MSNBC, the liberal news network known for its anti-Trump stance. Musk replied with one question: how much does it cost? Now, it may sound like social media banter, but this is exactly how he bought Twitter 2 years ago. Needless to say, it has triggered speculation. So can and will Elon Musk buy MSNBC? Our next report tells you.
In 2017, Elon Musk tweeted, "I love Twitter." So a follower commented, "You must buy it." The Tesla CEO promptly replied, "How much is it?" 5 years later, Musk bought Twitter for a record $44 billion. Will he do the same with MSNBC now? Well, that's the question on everyone's mind. It started with a random post on X. It said that Comcast was looking to sell MSNBC. Donald Trump's son tagged Musk on that post, saying, "I have the funniest idea ever." Musk replied, "How much does it cost?" Similar to his tweet in 2017.
The people want it. The people want it, man. I'm scrolling through X. The people want it. And you have mainstream media just in shambles. They're in shambles. They melting faces over there, mainstream media. They upset. So if mainstream media is upset over this, this got to be a great idea. Elon, Don Jr., Joe Rogan, the people want this, man. I mean, think about the potential here. Oh, think about the potential. I love it, man.
It didn't stop at just that. Joe Rogan too commented on this. He said he wanted to replace Rachel Maddow if Musk bought MSNBC. Musk replied with a simple deal. But was this in jest, or does Musk actually want to buy MSNBC? Let's look at the network first. MSNBC was established in 1996. It was a joint venture between NBC and Microsoft. As years progressed, Microsoft divested its stakes. The network went into establishing itself as a liberal brand, moving more into opinion programming and shows led by left-leaning firebrand hosts. Right now, MSNBC is owned by NBC Universal, a subsidiary of Comcast, and it has seen its ratings tank. Since Election Day, the network averaged 550,000 viewers. That's a 39% drop in viewership. During prime time, viewership dropped by almost 53%. So the network is facing some business challenges, which is why Comcast now has a new plan. It has announced a massive spin-off of its cable properties. MSNBC, along with CNBC, will now be part of a new company. It will be called SpinCo. The separation has sparked rumors of layoffs and even changing the brand's identity. Beyond that, MSNBC fears backlash, especially from the new Trump administration. Their coverage of Trump has been critical, and the network thinks it could harm them. So, 2 weeks ago, Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski arrived at Mar-a-Lago. They're the hosts of popular MSNBC show Morning Joe. This was their explanation.
Joe and I realized it's time to do something different, and that starts with not only talking about Donald Trump but also talking with him. We didn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues, and we told him so. What we did agree on was to restart communications.
Okay, that's cap. Their ratings are in the toilet. Donald Trump is major news. You know, he's the main character. Donald Trump is news. People they want him covered. They want to hear what Donald's got to say. You got so many people that's interested in Donald Trump. Think about this. He's been reelected. Okay. He is putting together his Avengers. He is actually looking like right now he is going to do a lot of great things during this administration. Stock market manipulation. Please do something about what's happening in the stock market. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to have their eye on this. A lot of retail investors, a lot of people that are involved in stocks like AMC, GME, HYMC, DJT, MMTLP, and others. They're going to be watching this. A lot of people that I've talked to, a lot of retail investors, this was one of the primary things that they voted on. They thought that this issue would be handled best by the incoming administration, Donald Trump and his administration, just because of what's happening with DJT, what has happened in the past to Tesla, and the comments that RFK Jr. has said, the comments of Donald Trump, CEO of DJT. These people are upset about what the nefarious nature of the stock market. Illegal, naked short selling, predatory shorting. People are upset about this. So I'm hoping that this administration makes this one of the top things that they attack. Doesn't have to be number one. I mean, it can be if you want, but let it be way up there. I don't know, top two, top three. This is what we're hoping. But I digress. Let's go back here to hear what more they have to say.
But the reason was clear enough. They feared legal harassment or at least some blowback, which is why the sit-down with the future US president, who they have relentlessly criticized during the last 4 years. Now, a sale of MSNBC is unlikely. Comcast isn't looking to sell the entity or even part with it. But the Trump administration has other alternatives. Take the new Comcast deal. It will move everything to a new company, but it needs financing to back it. That could mean two things. Either it would sell an existing entity or partner up with another company. This deal will require approval, especially from the Department of Justice. And guess who can delay the approval? The Trump administration. During his first term, Trump tried to block AT&T's takeover of CNN. This time, MSNBC could be staring at trouble. So, will Elon Musk really buy MSNBC? Probably not. But if history has taught us anything, never say never. Because with Musk, every tweet could be a billion-dollar idea.
Absolutely. You never know with Elon Musk. Something that started off as a joke from Don Jr. could actually come to fruition. Think about it. Elon Musk says how much. Joe Rogan is kidding. Don Jr. I must have started something here. And then you have people taking a look. Take a look here, man. We'll go back to X, real news. So people actually are loving this idea. Let me look at this here, man. I blame Donald Trump Jr. XNBC, Elon Musk, electric car maker, rocket scientist, owner of X, and maybe the real Santa. Look at this, man. Yes, you did. The Morning Joe. I love it, man. I love it, dude. I think it's a great idea, man. I think it's a great idea. Natalie says, because we are tired of fake news peddling by legacy media. We are. We need this to happen. American as fuck. Let's see. Professor Zingas. Imagine thinking it's cool that the guy who had enough money to buy Twitter also has enough money to buy a news opinion channel, while there are millions of Americans who experience homelessness each year. I'd call that a failed system. Well, what about the billions of dollars that's going to the Ukraine? I agree. It's a failed system. We have billions and billions of dollars that's being sent to the Ukraine. We have people that were hit with 2 hurricanes and they only had $750 from what I understand to give to them because the FEMA money was exhausted. It was no more. So don't start with Elon. Won't you start with the government? Start with the government, man. And now you have people saying that there's a lot of people that didn't understand why we were even involved in the Ukraine-Russia war. And now you have people reporting that there's possibly money laundering, that people were getting that money back here in the United States, that politicians were benefiting from this. I don't know. I don't know if they are or not. All I know is you have politicians that are allowed to invest in the stock market, and some of them have been exposed by Matt Gaetz, front running. If you know that there's going to be potentially a war, well, why wouldn't I invest in a manufacturing company that makes, that specializes in war? The company that you would invest in would be the company that manufactures weapons, right? Why are these politicians allowed to even do this in the first place is beyond me. Let's see, man. Yeah, you did, and we all are in high hope. So this is Don Jr.'s post, man. I can see Tucker Carlson's show being on prime time. Elon need to give in. Never change, Donald Trump Jr. You and your family keep creating great ideas. I love it, man. Matt Garrett, I don't know if you meant to start anything, but the momentum is kind of taking it over. It can go any way you want it to go. I know if you do purchase it from Cox, then you can make some real money on it just by your name being on it. The other way is to make X. So this person has the other ways to make X X network. Okay. There's a lot of people that likes this idea. Mainstream media, 1900s, 2024, lied, cheated until the end. This is how people feel about mainstream media. This is the consensus. People are tired of mainstream media. Mainstream media is going to continue to act like brats. They're going to throw temper tantrums. We're the journalists. We're the real media. Basically, you need to come back and watch us and just keep watching our propaganda. Keep watching our misinformation. So we're just going through we're going through Don Jr.'s his posts and the comments to his posts. I want to see Rachel Maddow's face when she is forced to report real news. But the other news must be fake because it's not only on my teleprompter. Sorry. Oh, I love this one, man. I saw this the other day. Here, let me play this one for you. Hold on a second.
Smell like white people up in here. And Trump is just ruining America. Hang on, I'm getting a phone call. Hello, this is Rachel.
Hello, Rachel. It's Elon Musk.
What do you want?
I just wanted to find out which desk is yours.
Why do you want to know that? Are you stalking me? Help! Police!
I just wanted to tell Joe Rogan where his desk was.
What?
You're fired.
No!
Hey, what's up? I'm Joe Rogan Maddow, and here's your daily bullshit.
Oh man, it smells like white people up in here.
Hello, Joy.
Hey, we don't allow no Trump supporters up in here.
You do now.
Help, police!
Joy? Nice desk. Hey, I think I'm gonna rename your show The Gay Sound. What do you think? What am I gonna do for work now?
I'm sure you'll find something. Welcome to the Waffle House. Can I help you? Life is just so hard right now because of Trump. No, hang on, I'm getting a check. Is it from your intern? No, it's from Elon Musk. What? What does he want? He says he's buying Twitter and we're all fired.
Hey, Joe, you want to get the fuck out of my chair?
How are the people supposed to know where to go to the bathroom now? This is like so gross. You're all fired.
What? Camera? Bullshit! It's all Trump's fault. Kamala should have won. It's all
Hey,
Trump's
Rob!
fault. What?
You
What?
know about MSNBC?
No! I'm never getting out of here.
People have spoken. People have spoken, man. Elon, you got Elon, you got to consider it. I really hope you consider it, man. I really do, man. So what do you think? Should Elon Musk buy MSNBC? Personally, I think he should. Go ahead, turn that whole thing around, man. The biggest troll ever would be to buy MSNBC first, and then actually turn it around and make it the top news source for people. That just the ratings goes through the roof, viewership goes through the roof. Make MSNBC or MXNBC or XNBC. Make it so successful, man, that it is like head and shoulders above any other news broadcast. It would just be crazy. Oh, they would go nuts. They would lose their mind. Elon, think about it, man. MXNBC or XNBC. I'm here for it.